Hello friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. Now it's been a hot minute since I've made a video about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And to be completely honest with you, I have found other games. I've found other ways to spend my time. I've gone through a little bit of, kind of a burnout, to be honest. I've been making these videos for 5 years and there wasn't a whole lot to be excited about, right? A lot of the new characters that came in, I've been cool looking, but have been so far out of my reach that I just can't, right? And as awesome as they are, as fun as they are, I just haven't felt that same drive and desire and passion to make videos like I used to. Until today, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very excited to talk about the newest character that's coming to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, Fennec Shand. Now, why are they introducing Fennec now? Why even care? Is this some kind of like ploy to build hype again, to get people like me excited again? Or has this always been in the works? Short answer, probably always been in the works. Long answer, of course it's to build hype again, right? Remember, that shipload of content that's supposed to be here in 2021 that we haven't really seen, I think this is going to be the start of this. Now, I called that Fennec Shand would be coming in September. I was a little off the mark. I did believe that she'd be coming in September so that she will be farmable by December. Now, as it stands, they don't have an actual date for when Fennec is going to be released as a character, but they do say, it's probably pretty soon, to be honest. That's at least my point. They probably haven't said anything yet. I would give it the end of the week, beginning of next, at the very latest. Now, if that's the case, with that being said, we have to take a look at when Fennec Shand is available, what her kit then means, and everything that goes along to it. Now, let's jump into the developer insight and take a look at what Fennec is, how they've made her. Now, there's a few things that kind of stand out here. Fennec is a leader who doesn't lead very well. They do say down here that Fennec isn't necessarily a character that you want in a full team. So like strategy tips. She has a leadership ability, but Fennec works better as part of a team, not necessarily as the leader. However, you can use her as a leader in situations in which a less than full squad is desirable. What does that mean? 3v3 GAC is here to stay, and she is going to be the bomb diggity. Now, that being said, who does she work with? Well, Fennec is great. You see this over and over and over again. The Mandalorian Beskar armor is one of those characters that absolutely loves to spend time with Fennec Shand. Now, another thing that kind of pops up as we look at this, it says this version of the character encompasses both of her time on the Bad Batch, which was an awesome episode, and the Mandalorian. This is why she starts off with overconfident, right? With the Bad Batch, she's young, she's brash, she's youthful, and then she ends up as a seasoned veteran with, Fennec Shand when we see her in the Mandalorian. But what I am more excited for is this little statement right here. This version of the character. Now, we know Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is ripe with multiple iterations of the same character. We have 5 Hans. I think we have 4 Chewbacca's, maybe 5 Chewbacca's at this point. There's a lot of them. We have a Boba Fett. We have a Jango. We have 2 different Mandos. It is likely that we're getting another Boba Fett. Clearly, number 2 to Boba, right? We don't know how that story takes off, but we do know it's a major part of her story as we've seen so far in canon. We don't know much about Fennec Shand. We know that she works with Boba and she tried to kidnap or bring in Omega. Those are the only 2 things that we know, right? Great character, exciting, but part of what makes her so exciting is the mystery. Her leadership ability can be triggered by just working with scoundrels and bounty hunters. Now, typically, this isn't something that we see a lot of, right? We see just the bounty hunters. That's what we've seen so far. Now, leadership abilities have been able to affect scoundrels, have been able to affect other characters, but never have they been able to be triggered by those other characters. This is huge. This is absolutely a great addition. Now, I'm very excited for this, but let's go ahead and take a look at her kit. First and foremost, let's just jump up here, right? She's dark side. That's not surprising. She's a bounty hunter. Most bounty hunters are dark side. You've got the attacker. Again, not a surprising thing. She's a sniper, guys. She's definitely good up close and personal, but sniping was her thing. Next, bounty hunter, scoundrel. Not shocking. Works best with Mando, Boba, IG-11, and Queel. There are only 4 characters there. Now 4 with Fennec, fine. But I gotta say, that Boba's probably not going to be the Boba that we see. I mean, we're going to get another one. Who's with me? I mean, can I get a like if you agree? I'm just saying. Now it says lethal bounty hunter capable of taking the most dangerous foes. Her first ability does damage 5 times. That's awesome. That's powerful. That is so freaking cool. This is going to help trigger the Bosk bounty, the Bosk payout that much faster, as well as anyone else who needs multiple attacks to trigger, right? If the target had no protection, this ability deals 50% more damage. Imagine that. 50% more damage 5 times. That is amazing. If Fennec Shand, if it's her turn and she's, she has this, she gains Seasoned Veteran. Seasoned Veteran means that she can ignore taunt, gains additional effects on her abilities, right? So we'll see other stuff down here. Now, the special ability I don't miss deals special damage to all but the weakest enemy. Then, so it's an AoE. Then deals special damage to the enemy that was the weakest at the start of the battle, right, or the start of the attack. This damage increased by 50% for each other enemy that was damaged during the attack, right? So every time it hits, so if it hits those 4 other attackers or whatever, 4 other targets, all of the sudden, this is a very powerful hit. It's going to hit that weakest enemy at an additional 50%, 200%, right? Assuming that all of those hits landed. If the ability deals damage, so at all, the selected target is then inflicted with armor shred, and all dark side scoundrel allies gain overconfident. What does that tell us? Probably tells us that Boba's going to be a scoundrel as well. Just saying. For 2 turns if they don't have it, in which can't be copied or resisted. All other Darkside Scoundrel allies who already have Overconfident, they get that again for 2 turns, can't be copied or resisted. If Fennec Shand has Seasoned Veteran, this attack can't be evaded and inflicts an additional armor shred on the target. Now, Overconfident, this ability that that does what it does. Minus 20% defense, which sucks. Plus 50% offense, plus 10 speed, plus 15% evasion. So they go faster, they hit harder, and they're likely able to evade more, right? It brings our bounty hunters back to their youthful days. Lone Fox, all right, at the start of the battle, Fennec gains 100% max health, max protection, defense, and offense. Then, for each other ally present, she loses 25% of that. So, this is a pretty terrible leadership ability. Like, it's really not great. The contract debuffs are dispelled or expire from bounty hunter scoundrel allies. Only bounty hunters or scoundrel allies can contribute to the contract. Now, again, that's something that we haven't seen before. We haven't seen scoundrel allies being able to contribute. That's pretty awesome. The reward, all bounty hunter allies have their allies paid out. gain 20% defense and overconfident until the end of the battle, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Now again, which then it means they keep that overconfident ability, but that 20% that minus 20% defense all of a sudden goes away, so they're left with 50% offense, 10% speed, and a plus 15% evasion. That's not terrible, and I think in the right context, probably, again, not that bad, right? Additionally, I just think that, I don't know, it's not my favorite contract by any means, but it's still, I think, not terrible. Not the worst one. She has 2 unique abilities, making an impression, and obviously her own payout. Making an impression, Fennec Shand gains 10% offense stacking until the end of the encounter whenever she gains tenacity up. Right? This bonus is doubled if the Mandalorian ally is a living ally. When any ally loses overconfident, Fennec Shand gains 20% turn meter. Right? So while she's giving people overconfident and other people are dispelling it, right? They're getting rid of it. She's going to get 20% turn meter, right? And then with a Beskar Mando, that's going to happen more and more with some of the other scoundrel allies like Queel and IG-11. I think that'll be something that happens more and more. So that's she's going to be going kind of often. Now, her payout, whenever Fennec Shand receives a reward from a contract, she also gains the following payout, obviously. Plus 15% critical damage, 25%, and seasoned veteran until the end of the battle, which cannot be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Now, again, seasoned veteran is a pretty cool ability, which means she can ignore taunt, and she has some of these other abilities. It doesn't necessarily say that overconfident and seasoned veteran can't happen in the same time. It doesn't say that those can't exist at the same time. So I think that she's going to be a force to reckon with. Now, additionally, and again, the big thing about Fennec Shand being added to the game is Dad Bod Boba is coming. Guys, this is huge. This is awesome. Now, is he going to be showing up as a legendary character, or is he going to be our first non-force using galactic legend? It's very possible. I mean, as I look at some of these things, as I look at SWGOH, these are the results. Mad props to Arnold. Obviously, it's just Ian. You scroll down one of the videos that Arnold did a couple of weeks ago. Obviously, he's pimping out that one game that Raid Shadow Legends that everyone loves, of course. But Admiral Trench and Jango Fett's Slave 1 coming to SWGOH, right? If Jango Fett's ship is coming to SWGOH, I mean, we have multiple Millennium Falcons. It would make sense to have multiple Slave 1 ships, right? It would make sense. And I've been calling Admiral Trench for years. It's just now he's probably coming. But what's awesome about this, what I absolutely think is going to happen, is that these adjustments, these ships, Fennec Shand, all of this is leading towards a galactic legend in the form of Dad Bod Boba. Now, I do want a legendary character for Dad Bod Boba simply because we haven't seen him yet. Now, my timing was a little off when I first said this. I thought Fennec Shand would be coming in September, which again would make her available when it comes to a legendary event in December, right? Something that we've talked about before. We've seen legendary events go live in December. It's when we see a lot of additional events happen. Now, if that's the case, if this is being pushed past December to when she's actually able to become farmable, the real question becomes, when are we getting the Dad Bod Boba, right? And it really makes me think that these other things will be coming here in the next few weeks and or months, and that we will be prepping for a Galactic Legends at the beginning of 2022. And I think this is exciting, guys, because what this also tells me is that, yes, the game will be alive in 2022. right? They're planning for stuff, and it's probably going to be pretty big. That being said, what do you guys think of this? Are you going to wail on Fennec Shand? I am very tempted. I've been looking at my bounty hunters, and I have been spending quite a bit of time trying to get those little turds up to a place where I feel like comfortable with them, right? Where I feel like they're gonna be good. But again, what do you guys think? Leave a comment in the section below. Thank you guys again. This is my first video back in a while, and I'm looking forward to making more, especially about Fennec, about these other characters that are likely to be coming to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I am excited, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in a while to be playing Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, to have something I want to grind on. Leave a comment in this section below, like, subscribe, share. This has been your boy Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and as always, my friends, smile and stay nerdy.